It's Friday night, so put on your drinking shirt, grab your favorite brain poison, park yourself down on that sofa, and let's get ready to party!
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good whatever it is, wherever you are, but I guess good Friday. Welcome to Friday night six-pack. Well, Friday night for some of us, you'll probably notice half the panel's looking like they've just gotten out of bed, which is probably because half the panel has just gotten out of bed. The other half's getting ready to go to bed. This is the joy of doing a show over, a global reach. So a big hello to everyone. I notice there's a few people in the chat, so I will come back and say hello to everyone shortly. Quick introduction, of course. We have with us today some of the usual suspects. We have Jen from Jen's Little Corner.
Hi guys.
You all know Jen. She's my mum's favourite on the show. So that's good to see you, Jen. We've got
Hi,
Amanda,
Chris's mum.
Amanda is my wife's favourite on the show, so Jay and Sam, you guys are going to have to step it up a bit. I'm sure someone.
That's all right. Sam's my favourite on the show. So.
I was about to say we're no one's favourite except for each other, right?
You're my favourite, okay? Nobody gives a fuck though.
So Amanda Mama Atheist has a heap of stuff coming up in the next week, which we'll definitely talk about. So Jay from the Nevermore Tavern. He's always got something cool going on. So we'll have to have a chat about what you've got coming up, but I know you've always got something cool coming up. And Sam's been playing a lot of Final Fantasy VII. I am amazed that he's even here. So well done, Sam. I didn't think you'd show. I thought you'd be battling Sephiroth until,
No spoilers, but within the last hour I have seen Sephiroth.
Oh, look
out.
out.
Far into it already.
Nice.
Wow.
I'm 37 hours in, which, to be fair, I got the game back on the 1st of April, so I've been showing a bit of restraint between work and putting it off to stream it on Twitch without getting another copyright strike. So.
Oh, I want that story.
Well done.
I don't know.
I'm affiliate because I broke the streaming rules without knowing what the streaming rules were with regards to Final Fantasy. So,
okay.
Bit of yin and yang, give and take.
All good. Yeah. And joining us today, we have Jen Aldrich.
Hi.
From Godless Pictures, the atheist community of Austin. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Welcome to Six Pack.
When I wake up, I'll say that. Sure. Yeah.
No worries. It was a very hard sell getting Jen on. I said, how would you like to come and see a bunch of Aussies get drunk?
I was like, this might be worth getting up early for. Granted, I'll be having coffee, and water. So.
Well, that answers the first question.
Yeah.
I was going to say, what are you drinking?
I have a child who's home because of the quarantine, so day drinking is not frowned upon. So, yeah.
I saw something online the other day. I said, I think it said, just remember in 20 years, the country's going to be run by a generation that was homeschooled by day drunks. And I thought, you know what? I can live with that.
That worked all right for some Australian politicians, so can't be too bad.
So business as usual, business as usual, same old people running the world.
Yeah.
We're just more upfront about our day drinking now. That's all it is.
Hide it.
Yeah, it was always happening. It's just the kids know now. So
yeah, now the internet knows is what it is. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, the secret's out. All right. So what are we all drinking, Jen? What do you want today?
I'm just that Jen.
Oh, it doesn't matter. He only said it because he saw me pick the bottle up. It's called Highland Ale. It's a cheap Aldi's scotch that I bought because I was in Aldi's and I didn't want to go to too many shops. So it tastes alright though. So.
Wait, your Aldi sells hard alcohol? Ours only sells wine.
No, ours sells hard alcohol.
In Australia.
Yeah, it's
like
not
Queensland, they won't sell it.
Oh, that's bullshit. That's it. I'm petitioning the fucking state. That's it.
Sam, what are you on?
I'm on the Captain Morgan Spice Drum still, and already need a top because I woke up. Well, I say woke up. I've been in bed until recently, so I'm pretty thirsty.
Is that because you've been playing games all night?
Yes, it is.
Like,
Didn't you start playing at midnight or something, Sam?
Yeah, I started at midnight and went through till 3.
Far out.
Woke up again today, so.
No, but that sounds about right.
Nostalgic.
That
Yeah.
sounds about right for a good marathon.
Midnight was when I was meant to, like, that's when I was allowed to stream it again. So I was up at midnight and started playing. It just happened to be 3 o'clock when I got to the natural stopping point. So it's a 4-day weekend. Yes.
Jay, what are you on first thing in the morning over there? Don't say the B word.
Cherry 7-Up.
Ah, nice.
Ooh,
Oh, okay. Well, that's
I
that's
haven't had
improvement.
in years. Cherry 7-Up.
No drinking today.
Well, that's good. Jay normally drinks Budweiser, so it's nice that you're having something a little bit better this week.
I drink Jack and Coke.
So there's an improvement then. His palate has risen for
Well,
Easter Sunday.
highly doubt
that-
that.
Everybody
possibly it's developing.
give one.
Instead of Jesus rising on Easter Sunday, it's Jay's taste palate. Is that?
Yeah, actually, I think you might have hit the nail on the head there. Amanda, what are you on this morning?
Coke.
Oh,
Nope,
okay.
just Coke today. I have
Oh,
no
what?
alcohol.
Oh, that's not fair, Amanda.
I am going out into the
Mountain
world
Man.
today, so I will get more for next week, but I have nothing.
Fair enough.
We'll forgive you.
Well, I'm on the vodka and Coke. Nice Seacliff vodka. Nice local vodka from down my way. So or up my way or across my way, depending on where you're watching from. So yeah, all fun. So
Don't pick on me for the daiquiris too. Fuck you.
I have to. I don't have a choice. I have to go into the
I know you do.
They're daiquiris.
Fine.
So Amanda, what do you got coming up this week? You're doing a little
Ooh.
something.
Oh, she is so fucking busy.
This weekend, yeah. Sorry, Lizzie. No drunk Manda today. Tomorrow's Saturday, right?
Wait, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I know. It's so hard to keep track of the days. Fuck.
Tomorrow was that day. That was not today. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm doing the Mandalorian with Mr. Bear, and Angel's probably gonna come on and help. So that should be fun. As long as he's not too fucking mouthy. I don't know. We'll see.
If he is, I wonder where he gets that from.
I have no idea. None whatsoever. And then Sunday, I have Godless Engineer and I are interviewing Chris Shelton, the ex-Scientologist, on my channel. We're talking about indoctrination. And then, later what's happening. So, I'm good.
No,
There's more. There's more.
We don't know. We don't know what.
No, I have
what
no
we're doing.
idea.
See?
I only search for
don't be
certain
rude,
people
Amanda.
on Twitter and pay attention to them. That's.
Why is Dave yelling at me? What the fuck, Dave? I'm going on Aaron Raw's channel on Sunday night at 7 to talk about climate change. So,
Aww. Aaron, I miss Aaron. Like, I was supposed to see Aaron for Atheist Day, and I was super fucking sad that I didn't get the chance to this year. I miss the fuck out of Aaron.
All of it's super fucking sad this year.
Yeah, it's just that.
Incidentally, can you imagine how good all the parties are going to be when all this shit's over?
So Faithless Forum, if we're able to have it, actually falls on my birthday. That Saturday night is my birthday. So we've already been like, yeah, Jen's not going to remember fucking anything.
See, we are so much like Jen. It must be the name.
Yeah, well, it's like I'm going to still be thinking I'm 37 because I'm going to have no fucking recollection of my birthday whatsoever. Like, no, I didn't turn 38. What are you talking about? I'm still 37. This day did not happen. I don't remember it.
When is your birthday, Jen?
June 20th.
Oh, really?
Hey, June 14th, same week.
Cool.
June 20th is mine, and when they announced the dates, I was like, "Yay! I don't have to plan anything. This is fantastic. I could just show up to things."
That's going to be a big week in the atheist community. because I'm June 16th.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay, so
crap.
all of our parents had something happen
Yeah, there
in
was
the month of
something in the water
September.
about.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, can you
So
imagine
were you
how
having
you
a
run-
Are we going to have a special week of six-pack where we all just get drunk on lots of people's birthdays or something?
That's kind of every.
I love the nodding, Jen. Yes, that's what we're going to do.
Sam,
Too
your
much
birthday
special.
falls on American Flag Day, so
I don't know what that
celebrate
is.
both. I don't even know what the fuck is Flag Day.
What's American Flag Day?
Oh my god, we do have a Flag Day. I forgot about that. We have a
I know, right?
Yeah. Does it involve poles, lubricant, and fun?
No, that's
Yeah.
Wednesday. That's just a regular Wednesday here.
That's a regular.
That's Flag Day is every Wednesday here.
I'll do a quick hello to. We've got some people in the chat, so if I miss anyone, sorry. It's just sort of I'm kind of reading up from the chat. So Geo Sam, hello. Critical Cripple Dave. I think Dave was first in too. So
Was
I love
he?
it when
No. Matt Pig
Oh, no.
was way fucking
Oh,
early.
Matt Pig.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
Hey,
Matt
Where'd
Pig.
you get Matt Pig? Where'd you get
Hold on,
Matt
I'm
Pig?
not
First wolf
following
still?
the. I'm not
Oh,
following
no.
the comment.
Was he?
Raven,
It
Kate,
went away,
tell
but
your story.
he went in like right after late last night, so
Oh,
he
okay.
was the first.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
that's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive. So it's good to see
Right.
Raven here, Jay Stalker. Lucy Lou, who is officially my stalker. Yep. Which is
Oh.
good that Lucy Lou's in the chat, because when I need to top up on the drink, I might just sort of say something and get slapped for it later.
Yes.
Which is always the way, generally the way things go. So,
All
Joan,
slapped
good
at the
to see
time.
you. Darth Killer, Godless Scummer, Nerdy Rodent, correct to see you all. David April, if you're still there. Chris, good to see you. Julie, hi. Anyone I missed, I'm really sorry. I'm sure there's a lot more people in the chat. If I missed you, just send me an abusive message and that's cool.
Yes.
Might be
Just
the
leave a
first
nasty
one
comment
I'll
down
repeat,
below and hit the thumbs down.
Absolutely, and of course, a big hello to Darth Dawkins. I know you're there in the chat. So, Darth
So
Dawkins,
if Garth Dawkins is there, I'm gonna talk a little shit. You wanted to debate me. I gave you the conditions for the debate. It had to be secular. It had to be secular based, and it had to be social justice based. So how much longer are you gonna run your fucking mouth and run? Or
Darth Dawkins doesn't debate, he just reads from a script.
Exactly. And that's why I laid out the conditions that I
Yeah.
did. You want a proper debate? I'm all over fucking Discord. Quit running your fucking mouth and actually say something and do something that's going to back it up, that requires a fucking cunt hair of intelligence for you to actually spew your fucking bullshit.
Darth Dawkins
What do you
doesn't
think?
debate, he masturbates.
I mean, so do I. If he wants
No,
to
if
challenge
he
me with that, I'll fucking win on that, girl.
now that's gonna be a stream that'll get some views.
He wouldn't be. It wouldn't be a very long debate because I imagine he would come premature.
Well, that's if
Anyway.
you can find it first.
Possible.
I mean, you've got to find it to actually work
Put
it
down
first.
fucking quick, yo.
Yep, Jen's here. This
Very
went down
nice.
fucking quick. Yep, I'm here.
Wait, no, you don't understand. It's usually the other Jen. So
Yeah, this
You're
one-
good.
Oh, Jan and I have been on other Chris's stream before, and it went downhill very, very quickly, didn't it, Jan?
Just as
It did.
quickly.
We know.
It's funny because he really doesn't like his cussing.
Yeah.
I know.
I could-
Apparently that was a thing, and he's like, I'm trying to limit like cursing, and everyone went, well, what happens when you have Jen Aldrich on? Like, how is this gonna work?
He's fucked.
And you're fucked. And he tried. I tried. I really tried. Like,
Yeah,
I'll
I
give
was.
you that. You did. I remember I was in there for that one, and you did your best. And
I tried.
Yeah, the first time I was on with him, I spent half the interview apologizing. So, sorry, I can't help myself.
But I think there was a point where I went, shit, I'm sorry, fuck, god damn it, and I was like, here we go. I was like, you know what?
But we love you.
story of
all
my
right.
life, let me
It's an
tell
Australian
you.
show. We expect you to swear.
I
If
know.
you don't,
Yes.
then
Well,
we-
I'm the parent. Apparently, my kid said like fuck or bitch or some shit in school. I got a phone call, and I literally looked at my kid and went, "Bub, what the fuck?" And I'm
I
like,
can
you know
tell you
what?
stories, Jen, but mine is 16, so
Yeah, mine's
Yeah.
8. Well, no, the funniest story was I grew up with a lot of old school New York hip hop. And if anyone knows the Junior Mafia song Get Money, there's a line that says fuck bitches get money. So it's preschool, and my kid's laying down for nap time, and he never used to like to nap. So instead, he led his class on a wonderful rendition of "Fuck Bitches Get Money" during nap time at his preschool class.
Oh, you should be so proud of that.
I was.
I would
I
be.
was like super proud, and I was like, oh, that's a class.
Exactly.
Right. The school, the teacher was, and she was like this poor little white girl from Tennessee, and she had no idea how to fucking handle anything about this song. And she's like, I don't even know what the song is. And I'm like, I'll teach you. I'll teach you.
Yeah,
Talk
no.
about those. But yeah, that was.
She could have learned from the kids. What's wrong?
Yeah.
That was the shit. I forgot I'm a parent moment. Like, cause I'm like, we didn't have censorship in my house when it came to music. Or reading. We didn't have censorship. So I'm kind of the same, and I'm like, oh, we don't live in New York anymore. Fuck. I mean, I'm kind of glad we don't
that's
now, but
Slight cultural difference, I'm assuming. We'll take that.
it's southern and it's military here on top of it.
Ooh.
Yeah, I live in the South too, Jen, and I'm from Connecticut, so
Exactly, and we're like,
yeah, like what the fuck is this? I don't get it.
what's a Kroger? I was like, what the fuck is a Kroger? Like,
Right?
Where's ShopRite? Where the fuck is Stop and Shop? God
Stop
damn
and
it!
Shop.
I'm like, the fuck. Why does nobody have Boar's Head cold cuts? What the fuck is the problem?
I don't know. God, I miss the North. Fuck this place.
I don't miss New York right now.
Well, yeah.
But I had the option after I got divorced to move back home. So I was like, I had two options. Either I work 2 jobs and spend $3,000 and not be able to drink around my family, who's going to be there all the time, or I stay in the South, save money, and still be able to drink and hang up on them.
Alcohol wins every time.
I'm now moving to Texas, so that should go to show you exactly what decision I made.
But
Actually,
Austin
how's all that going? Because you're obviously moving to Austin, aren't you?
Yep. Once the world
Restores.
gets back to order, yeah. Like I was supposed to go down last month and start like putting deposits down. The apartment hunting in Austin is insane because it's booming so much. So it's about 60 to 90 days to get into a place. So I was like, okay, I was going to do it last month. Get in early enough for the kid to start the school year, and then the world went to shit. So
As it does.
then
Good
the
fun.
world.
So how are you finding, I guess, how long have you been doing stuff with the ACA for now? About
The
6 months? Or a year?
About a year.
Okay. And how are you finding that, I guess, the recognition that comes with that?
Weird. It's weird. I'd been in the community for years prior to that. I had like a small podcast, but I did a lot of conventions. I did a lot of behind the scenes work. So I kind of knew everyone to begin with. So that part wasn't weird. Like I had known Matt for years. I'd known and he had been trying to get me down to Austin forever. And I just had enough of Tennessee, and now they're like, do the show, and like people are messaging me and shit, and I'm like, honey, don't take life advice from me. This is no. Go to one of the more grounded hosts, because I'm not the one. Like, we have hosts for this. I'm not that one. You want to get angry, you want to get pissed off.
Probably makes you more qualified.
I wouldn't take my own life advice. I don't want to give it to other people. I'm surprised I can't keep a houseplant alive. I don't know how I kept a kid alive for 8 years.
Yeah.
I have no fucking concept of, God, he's a resilient little motherfucker, isn't he? Like, I'm like, if you want to get angry and you want to get involved and do shit, come to me. But if you need somebody to like listen to you, please pick any other host, because I'm that. It'll be alright. It'll be okay. I'm sorry you're going through that, but it'll be alright. We'll be okay. I'm that person.
So do you get like the crazy, creepy messages from people?
All the time. I get these random Facebook video calls at 3 a.m. Constant.
What?
Yes.
Is that from Sam, because he's been known to do that?
No, Sam I'll pick up for, because at least I'll have fun with that. At least I'll get a good show out of Sam, but But I get these random video calls at 3 a.m, and I'm like, the fuck is wrong with you? Like, who in their right fucking mind video calls somebody they don't fucking know, never talk to? Well, I wanted to get to know you. Well, you shot that to shit, didn't you? Didn't you?
Probably not going to work out that well. For
No,
them,
I mean, say hi. Send me a message. Say hi. That works. You're just gonna
Generally,
randomly video call me? I swear to God, I'm just gonna start answering how I look as soon as I get up. That's just how I'm gonna answer and be like, what? Are you making me breakfast? Are you fucking PayPaling me or you're giving me money through Venmo? No, then shut the fuck up. Click, and I'm done. I'm
that
done.
works.
I get creepy messages, like creepy messages. It wasn't a message, it was an email. And it was the first episode I did at Godless Bitches. And I had done Talk Keys and an AXP that day as well. So it was the day Jen took over the ACA. And I checked the email and this guy's like, please give me a personal contact email for Jen Aldrich since she's been on the shows. I just can't get her out of my mind. I was like, if fucking anyone even gives him my fucking ACA email, I will literally burn you alive in the studio. Don't fucking give this motherfucker my email. Don't.
Do people actually think that shit works though? I mean, like, seriously.
And I the compliments are cool. I'm still kind of getting used to that. But when it's like, I haven't been able to get you off my mind, and I'm like,
So we've got Manda here. Manda's about to hit 1 million subs, probably in the next week or so. What advice would you give her?
what advice would I give her? I don't
Run
know.
and hide.
She's doing better than me. I don't. She's doing fucking better than I am. Shit, I'm gonna go to her for advice. she's doing fucking
We
better.
all will be next week.
Get on lots of streams with popular people. Yeah.
I was going to say, man, you've cracked over 200 now, haven't you?
Me? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I need to really pour in.
It was at 200, but then it went down, so I don't know what the fuck I did, but it's fine.
No,
Oh,
it's
Hold
it's
on, wait, what
YouTube.
did you say on Twitter? What did you say on Twitter? That may...
I say a lot of shit on Twitter, so, I have no idea.
Have you seen what mine looks like the last few days? Believe me, I understand. Have you?
Oh yeah, you've had an interesting sort of couple of days on social media.
A rough year, I think it was, wasn't it? In April.
April's been a rough year. April's been a hell of a year, folks. Yes, Math Pig. Math Pig, I think you've been on Neil's when I was drunk. Well, not drunk, but drinking. I think Math Pig's actually done Neil's show with me.
So a couple of things where I wanted to, I guess, talk about tonight. I guess the first thing being Easter. I guess we'll talk about Easter and the reason for the season, of course, and all that good kind of stuff. I was going to say the Easter Bunny and Brian, but
You know that we have a guy here that sells Jesus is the reason for the season signs here, and like my whole block has them up right now. Every fucking year for Easter and Christmas, this guy sells them for like $10 a sign. And they're
you should undercut him and just do it at $9 a sign, just so the money goes to an atheist.
and then donate it to American Atheist, right?
Oh,
They make some two bunnies having sex signs.
No, I would donate it to the Freedom from Religion Foundation.
Yeah.
That would be it. That would be.
But the other thing I want to talk about, and I guess talking about wacky shit Christians do, all the Christians who are desperately trying to go to church over in the US at the moment during the quarantine, just ignoring it. I mean, like, what the hell's going on there? It's, in Australia, all the churches are closed.
Right.
Everyone seems to be obeying that, which is great. We finally got the churches closed. But obviously I know it's a theocracy over there, but what the hell? I mean,
a big part of it has to do with how our First Amendment is worded. It says Congress cannot infringe on practicing any kind of religion. So if we actually wind up shutting down churches and other places of worship, that can actually be seen as a violation of the First Amendment. So that's the big one. Now,
But
individual states can shut them down, though.
But is it a shutdown of the church when you're just asking them not to congregate in the physical building? Because you're not stopping their free speech.
What they're doing. They're like, hey, we're asking you guys to please either, carry your services online, find a different way. Like the government has officially come out and said, hey, well, except for our commander in Cheeto,
Good one.
I love it. Cheeto Chief.
Commander in Cheeto, Mike Pence, and Mother. I refuse to now call his wife by her name. I just call her Mother because that's what.
He calls her mother. About it. He calls her Mother.
He just calls her Mother. So I don't even know what her name is, to tell you the truth at this point. I'm Mrs. Pence, but I just call her Mother. They're like the only three really pushing to go to church. These are the only three that are actually saying this. Like everyone else in the government's like, hey, can we move it online? Can we suspend certain things? Even the Catholic Church was like, we're not going to hold you not going to confession and taking the host accountable because this is, crazy shit. And these are the only fucking three people that are like, go to church. They're the only fucking three of authority. Like, no.
If it's an election year or something, and they're trying to appeal to a certain base of people.
I grew up in Trump. I grew up in New York City. I grew up in Trump. In Trump. I've actually yelled at Trump.
That's a horrible place to be, Jen. Jesus fucking Christ.
I know.
Yeah, you don't want to grow up in Trump.
Well, literally, I used to work in the shadow of Trump Tower. Like, my office building, it was like there. I've actually yelled at Trump twice before he was president. Both times because him and his entourage blocked me from walking up the block and getting to work on time. And I'm like,
how many times since he's become president have you yelled at him?
Not directly like that. Not directly like that, but I think I called him a wasteful piece of fuck last time. Because he's just standing there and I'm like, I'm sorry, some people actually have to work to pay their fucking bills. You wasteful piece of fuck. Get out of my way. Move. Just move your shit. Just go. And I'm like, now he's fucking president now. But he was never religious. Like,
no, he wasn't.
I'm 38 years old, and I can't think of one time I even saw him at St. Patrick's Cathedral, which every fucking New Yorker goes to.
Everybody who's been to New York has been to
St. Like you live there, you visited, you go to St. Patrick's Cathedral. It doesn't matter what fucking faith you are. I don't even think I've ever seen him there.
I doubt he's ever opened a Bible.
But Mother would not let Mr. Pence be a running mate if Donald Trump didn't say he wasn't Christian. And then I'm like, wait a minute, you're from Forest Hills. That leaves one of two religions. Either you're Jewish or you're Catholic. Not many Christians run in that end of the neighborhood. And trust me when I say Forest Hills, they all have fucking HOA boards, and if you're not one or the other, they will not accept you into the fucking HOA. Like, no.
Oh, yeah.
No. And I'm like,
HOAs,
what are you Christian?
Is it true with Pence that he won't actually be in a room with another female unless his wife's there? Is that just one of those?
No, he won't. No, like if you look at like White House press briefings, he's not in the room if there's other women there, or his wife is there. If you actually
he doesn't trust himself, or she doesn't trust.
He's just a complete misogynist, isn't he? He just doesn't like women. Full stop. Unless he can grab pussy, he doesn't care.
I have my theories, and it's not he doesn't like women because he's a misogynist.
He doesn't like women because women don't like him?
Or he doesn't like women.
He doesn't like women. Like, I have two appendages too many for him. I have my... Because I'm like, nobody is this viciously against sucking dick unless you think dicks are magically delicious. Nobody. Nobody.
Yeah, what you're saying is, whilst Trump might not be religious, he likes to get down on his knees and worship.
I think Mike Pence likes to get down on his knees and worship. I think Donald Trump takes being anointed in holy water to a whole new motherfucking level.
Now that'll be an interesting video.
So what you're suggesting is, like in South Park, Pence likes to feel salvation all over his face.
Yes. And I think Donald Trump likes to be showered in things that he can bless himself.
Well, I mean, the Russian tapes, we got those, so.
And I'm not king shaming, but I'm like, stop! Don't king shame yourself. Like,
exactly.
So you like to be peed on? Big fucking deal. Like, we've all raised kids. We've all been fucking peed on. Some people are just
the amount of shit that man has gone through to keep those tapes hidden is fucking insane.
And I don't like. I know I'm gonna get back into politics at this point in time. I know and I know there is some fucking crazy shit on tape of me. Because I know the dirty fucking shit that I do. I know. I've consented to these tapes being made. I know they're gonna come out. I'm embracing them. I'm like, put them on Patreon, bitch. We'll fucking go half and half on this shit. I know what the fuck is there. Put a link on Reddit. Fuck it, we're doing this. I don't get it. I don't get
Well, that's the thing. If you own your own shit, that sounds dreadful. But I mean, if you actually don't give a monkeys what people think about the things that you've said, then no one can hurt you with them.
No.
I think in politics, sir, that's exactly the point. It does literally matter what people think of you, and depending on who you're trying to get votes from.
But you'd be
just devil's advocate.
But you'd be really surprised at how owning your shit actually translates into politics, because that was what my background was before I got involved in the community, was politics. I was up on the Hill. I was setting up to be a governor and a senator. People are way more receptive to people who just own their shit. It's fantastic. Even like hardcore evangelicals are like, wow, they were honest.
Really in DC, because like it seems like a lot of really fucking dark shit, but it's hidden. So
oh yeah, like everyone's always asked me what was the most dangerous city I've ever been to, and I'm like,
DC fucking
and
DC.
they're like, what? Like, you grew up in New York City in the 80s in the projects during the crack epidemic, like what? And I'm like, no, at least crackheads are out on the street. You see the crackhead, you know, hey, crackhead, don't go there. The fucking undercover shit that goes on in DC, everybody has secrets, and they're all fucked up. All of them.
Of course.
You can't. Ooh, the shit that goes on in DC. The interns are just filthy.
Oh,
they're fucking filthy. And I loved every one of them.
The interns have to hide all the secrets of the people that are above them too. So they're like weighed down with this shit.
Like, the interns are so filthy that when Bill Clinton had moved to Harlem, I got excited that, you know, things were going to get spiced up a bit in this neighborhood, like a different kind of dirty. And I'm like, yes. And the interns were great though.
Did he disappoint, or?
I will say this about Bill Clinton, and I met him after he had aged, after he had moved to New York, after he'd aged. I can see why everyone in the world sleeps with him. I had a very brief conversation with him, and I was like, I don't know where my underwear is gone. I'm sorry. Did it leave?
He's got that Sean Connery quality, doesn't he?
Yes, and it's like,
yeah.
Oh my God, you could be my grandmother, and I'm wholly not physically attracted to you, but I would absolutely sleep with you in this moment.
Yeah.
But I had to this like come to Jesus moment with myself and my sexuality when I met Bill Clinton, and I'm like, why am I feeling this way? What is wrong with me? There's something.
Yeah.
I was physically turned off, but I was sexually turned on, and I'm like, I need to call my therapist. This is I need an emergency. This is an emergency. He's so charming. And he's that type of person, when he talks to you, he hones in. And you literally feel like there's nobody else in the world when he's talking to you. And I'm like,
So we could all learn something from Bill Clinton's what you're saying.
We could all certainly have fun from Bill Clinton.
I don't think I would be as single as I am if I learned something from Bill Clinton.
Oh.
I don't, but he definitely tapped this unknown resource that I didn't know I had about Southern men.
I just want to point out to the chat.
Is that the reason that you stayed in the South? Is the truth coming out here?
I just want to point out to the chat.
Oh, sorry, Jim, you're right.
I was going to say, I just want to point out to the chat that while I have been putting up chats that people have said, the panel actually can't see them, so they don't know I've done them. If Chris wants to comment on a chat, I will put it up and people will talk about it. Otherwise, I'm just putting up a few now and then. So
I'm following on the second screen here.
Oh, okay.
This is very hard to keep going.
There's something about I don't like rural Southern men. I've learned that. I don't like that.
Oh.
I don't like that, but I like Atlanta, Houston.
I live right near
Dallas.
Atlanta. but I live in a suburb of Atlanta, and that sucks so hard.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
Atlanta boys.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Atlanta
got
and New
that.
Orleans. Oh, I'm naked in 5 minutes. I'm like, not even Atlanta boys. Atlanta, because I'm pansexual. Atlanta anyone. Atlanta anyone. I'm like,
Oh,
And we've just lost Amanda off the screen. So,
yeah, so
let's
and
that
she's
region.
giggling like crazy, so I think you've turned her on there, Jen.
I've turned her on. That's it.
You got it
It doesn't take
going.
long either.
Oh, I think we've broken Manda. Amanda is broken, that's it.
Amanda.
Well, look, it was going to happen eventually, but at least we know now why Amanda likes it.
Who got in my nightstand drawer? Who's in there?
Fucking knock it off.
Who's in my nightstand drawer?
Sorry about that.
I was like, God damn it! What the fuck? Where are the cats? Shit. Okay. Good. Okay.
No, Jen, I could tell I could tell you stories about my kid. I could tell you stories about Atlanta. So, talk to me sometime, okay?
So what? So Angel goes okay with those with the Southern ladies, does he? Or
Southern? It depends. Like, okay,
Bitches.
Amanda will understand what I say with this. I cannot stand me a fucking buckhead Betty.
No fucking.
No.
They're all in my HOA, and they all fucking hate me.
Wait a minute. What did you call them?
Buckhead
Buckhead
Betty.
Betty.
Buckhead
What is
is,
that?
and this is actually something because I always call them the Bless Her Hearts. That's what I usually call them. And one of my friends who actually lives in Atlanta is like, "Oh, you've never met a Buckhead Betty?" And I'm like, "What the fuck is a Buckhead Betty?" Buckhead is a kind of suburb. I don't know if I wouldn't know if it's in Atlanta or it's like a suburb of Atlanta. It's
Buckhead is it's in Atlanta.
It's in Atlanta. It's like a
Yeah.
neighborhood in Atlanta,
Yeah.
which is stupid rich.
Rich.
On
So rich. It's pretty much the
fucking-
richest part of Atlanta.
Yeah, it's like the richest part of Georgia.
Mhm.
Unfucking believably rich. And these are your Karens, but these are your Karens that can ruin your life. Like they know the mayor, they know the governor, they have breakfast with them at the country club, and if you fucking piss this bitch off, you will not exist anymore. You will just be considered deceased, and she has nothing else better to do. You know, they're very rich, and you know, she gets her nails done impeccably, and her hair is perfect. Her clothes are perfect. And she knows she's perfect, and the fucking bitch is. That's what really pisses us all off. That fucking bitch is perfect. That
it's
bitch is
like that
fucking
show Revenge. Remember the show Revenge?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
that.
Yes.
I'm with you. But
Like meaner.
I just have to read out what Jeff said. I have to read out what Godless Scummer said. He thought that Amanda would be gone for 15 minutes at least.
No. Amanda has got it down to a fine art. She doesn't
Yes.
muck around.
I do.
Three pushes and a
Damn.
twist, and we're good to go. You know.
Yeah.
If you think of Karen's, Buckhead Betty's like the final boss of Karen. Like when she turns around and says, "I will shut this store down," she will shut this store down. She will. And you will never be able to open a fucking business ever again. Buckhead Betty's scare the shit out of me.
Oh my god,
And-
yes.
They're very much somehow they all want a beauty pageant. I didn't think there would be this many fucking beauty pageants for
They're
this
all
many
fucking blonde with huge fake tits.
and teeth. What is with the big teeth in Atlanta? What the fuck is going on down there with the teeth? I don't understand.
You keep going on about Buckhead Betties. Now I want somebody to write a parody song about Buckhead Betties. You know, it's Black
You
Betty.
guys- Yes! Oh my god, we need this.
Where's
We
Art?
need it.
Where's our?
Where's Art?
I'll be in there. Don't worry.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't like
you
Buckhead
know what?
Betties. I don't like
Forget
Buckhead Betties.
Art. And just as I was about to talk about him, Sam walks away.
Sorry, I'm still
Yeah.
listening.
Well, what I was going to say is, if we need a good song about Buckhead Betty, we've got our own.
Yeah,
rapper.
we have an
We have a
artist.
rap star, yeah.
But forget it, we got Sam. Like, they even Sam.
We need a
I am
Buckhead Betty
absolutely
song.
obsessed with that video, by the way.
His Christian rap song is just sensational. From back
We
in
need
the
a
day.
Buckhead, we need a Buckhead Betty song. We do.
I think
Oh,
so.
Buck Betty, wham lam lam.
Those like
Sam, what could be a sick rhyme for a Buckhead Betty?
Throw him off the
he
jetty.
sounds annoyed that
Yeah,
we're
fell off the
asking.
jetty.
off the jet.
That explains the buck.
You stand for professional.
I could help with that. I've got some stories. Fucking.
Like large groups of white people freak me out. Large groups of buckhead Bettys, I'm gonna die. Like that. They just instill panic and fear in me. I'm like, please.
Oh, that's a bit rude, Steve. I'm gonna put it up there.
Mad cow. What? And okay, I'm not even mad about the comment. I've had enough of my fucking last name being misspelled. God damn it. Can we address this shit?
Oh, Chris did it already today, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
He is actually also from Australia. So yes, I got the message from you, and then I got the message from Jen, and I'm just like, damn it, I need to change this. And I was like,
you really freaked me out because I'd re-edited the intro to put Jen's name in, and then I reread your post. I go, oh fuck, did I spell Jen's name wrong? And then I went and looked it up and go, no, I was right, you were wrong.
It's commonly spelled like that in the UK and in Australia. And some couple hundred years ago, somebody in my family was like, fuck that, we don't like this. And I'm like, genealogy research has been a real motherfucker, let me tell you, because I'm like, is this my family's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody can pronounce or spell my last name, so.
My maiden name was like that, Jen. My maiden name is Pinchback, so, and it comes from the French. It comes from the fuck you, Jay. It comes from the French originally, and it had Q's and U's and all the other crap in it. What are you laughing at?
You want to spell that for me?
Pinchback. Yeah, Pinchback.
Pinchback.
I won't give my entire last name, but it's 25 characters, including 2 special characters. People
Oh
fuck it up
wow!
all the time. And the taxman's fucked it up to between $10,000.
That was when I married a guy whose last name was Hoyt. I was quite happy to take that name because it's so much fucking easier. And when we got divorced, he was like, "You have to stop using my name." And I go, "No, fuck you. Just because you want me to stop using it, you can just go fuck off."
Fuck off.
It's part of the deal.
It's part of the deal. You can go fuck off.
It doesn't matter how long it is, though, because I mean, mine's a very simple one. It's 5 letters. It's Atlee, A-T-L-E-E, and people still spell it wrong. Forever, I have spent my entire life spelling my last name, and I get every variation. You know,
Are you fucking kidding me, Chris?
I wish I was. I'm serious. Seriously.
You should see some of the Polish last names. Like, fuck, you should see some of the Polish last names in my family. Holy
Look
shit.
at the side chat, or that's my last name. That's my last name. Nobody can spell it. Nobody.
That's one of the most Scandinavian things I've ever seen in my life. That is one of the most Scandinavian things I've ever seen. It's Dutch?
Yes, it starts with a V. I'm very, very Dutch. Yes.
Whoa.
Nobody can spell it, and literally not one person in my life has ever pronounced it right.
I'm not pronouncing that right. I'm going to tell you right.
3 times now, whilst putting stuff up for you, Amanda, I've put your last name in with the transposing the last 2 letters.
That's nobody.
Nobody fucking hell.
So you're gonna
I'm not getting that right.
Your last name is hard, Chris. Fuck you.
I'm not getting that right. No, I'm just gonna call you Amanda. If anyone asks me which Amanda, I'll be like Mama Atheist. Yeah, what the fuck I'm talking about.
Just be very careful. She doesn't like being called Mandy.
Why did you bring that up?
No. I'm knocking that one on the head straight away.
Thank you.
Knocking that one on the head straight away because she told us why she doesn't like that. So
yeah, she did. Look, I wasn't giving you shit, Amanda. I was saying you don't like being called it.
Well, you didn't have to, because like she never would have called me that.
No. I never and I grew up with a lot of Amandas. That name was fucking super popular.
Oh yeah, we're about the same age. I had 4 in my 1st grade class. So.
Amandas, Jennifers, and Stephanies, and Tims.
Oh yeah. There's Jens everywhere. There's so many of us.
Is it just me, or is Stephanie's always really stuck up? Every Stephanie I've ever met, apologies to any Stephanie.
I know one that's not. She looks stuck up, but she's not. She's one of the coolest fucking people. Actually, Stephanie is recovering from COVID-19 right now. So, Steph, we hope you're feeling way better than you have been, seriously. But I never once thought to call any of my friends Mandy that were named Amanda. Your name is fucking Amanda, and that's
yeah,
Amanda. I don't remember the name Mandy getting popular until Mandy Moore started singing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
we
was,
did choose
that
to
was a
pivot in
little bit
Australia.
after us, so.
Yeah, that was like late teens when she popped up. Super late
Yeah.
teens when she popped up. And that was like, oh, that's a name. I forgot that that's an actual name. I forgot Mandy was a name. Because who the fuck thinks Mandy? There's something with the name Mandy. Ugh, it's one of the douche chill names for me. It's one of those.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it.
No.
It's very southern. Very southern.
Just so Gary
Maybe
knows,
that's one.
yeah, there is a town in Lincolnshire in England called Pinchbeck. It's not Pinchback. I've been there, but that's not the origin of the name. The original origin is French.
Really?
So yeah, it's French, and it's spelt really
Well,
differently.
The French probably invaded and named it so.
Yeah, that was what it was.
There was lots of invading and conquering and.
I was gonna say, is there
pillaging back in those
anywhere
days.
in England or anywhere in the world that isn't invaded, conquered, and renamed something else over the course of?
Oh,
I mean,
of course
fuck, look
there
where I
is.
live. Look where I fucking live. I mean, I literally live on the Trail of Tears. I'm like, okay. Which I found out they don't teach my son about down here.
And I've got to agree with Julie here about names.
Manda is better. Yes, we like.
Yeah,
Manda.
Manda is better.
It's something with the E at the end of Mandy that drives me nuts.
Yeah.
And I'm not big on E ending names. Maybe it's because I've always had a thing against Tiffany's. I don't know. It's Tiffany I have a thing with.
I've never met a Tiffany that I could actually get along with.
Thank you. I
I'm
have
just
never
saying,
in my
come on.
fucking. Okay, I'm not the only fucking one. Thank you.
No, I'm with you totally.
What about the singer? The singer had. I had her posters up on the wall. So
She irritated the shit out of me. There was something about the pitch in her fucking voice. Now, mind you, I grew up as a singer. I grew up in music. There was something about the pitch in her voice that made me want to punch things as a young child. It made me just want to punch holes in walls. It made me want to throw something.
And just because she had some talent doesn't mean she was a decent person.
Doesn't mean she was a nice fucking person.
Yeah, in the interview, she was so far up herself. It was like,
You know what Tiffany's were? Buckhead Betty's. Tiffany's were Buckhead Betty's.
Yeah, exactly.
Holy shit, they were Buckhead Betty's. That was my first experience with Buckhead Betty. They were just named Tiffany.
Yeah.
Every fucking.
it does sound like one of those kind of names, though, doesn't it?
Tiffany should be the new Karen.
No, I think
Victoria.
Tiffany's would be
Victoria.
more Becky's.
Yeah.
Tiffany's of our age, Tiffany's that are like my age, I'll be 38 in June. Tiffany's that are my age have grown up to be Karens. But their daughters are Becky's.
Gary keeps going through finding histories of everyone's names. So this is quite interesting, but really long.
I can actually get a little deeper into that history.
Well, that'd be interesting.
So yes, it means noble ruler. My end of the Aldrich line is actually tied into King John and Charlemagne and that whole thing.
I don't know if this one will display right because it's so big. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Sorry about that.
So it's.
I actually found out with my
Thanks,
name,
Sam.
It comes from the Robin Hood story. Sir Richard, who was at the Lee, who actually looked after and took Robin Hood in and protected him from Prince John and all that, who became King John. That's apparently where the name originates from.
My family's fucked up. They're weird. Like there's a line of us that originates with Charlemagne and the kings of Israel or Jerusalem, whatever the fuck you want to call it. However, they're thinking that it started as all red, and where my family lives was right where the Great Heathen Army had landed, and fucking went nuts with. And then we researched my mother's side of the family, and hers were either Hunnic or Visigoth. And I'm like, holy shit, I've been genetically bred to kill Christians.
I knew we liked you for a reason.
That's like, I remember, and it was right as I was really coming into my atheism. I really started to like really look over everything after I had my son. And I'm reading this family history going, okay, I know my duty. But yeah, we were, and then once we got here, like I don't know why the fuck my family joined the Quakers. Why the fuck this happened, I don't know. Maybe they had good alcohol, who knows. But we were kicked out of the Quakers for being women of ill repute and ill language and participating in war.
Yeah, it takes some effort to get kicked out of the Quakers, doesn't it?
Ill repute and ill language. So apparently some woman turned around and probably told the pastor to go fuck himself or some shit, because that's, what the fuck we do. And I'm like, now part of my family is extremely heavily Roman Catholic Italian. The other half, which is my mother's, is Irish Catholic. And I'm looking around at everyone, I'm like, why is everybody surprised? Why is anyone fucking surprised that I'm an atheist? Do you see the family fucking history? Do you see the shit that we do? Do you see how the men treat religion? Why is anybody shocked? Like, was this not the logical explanation of somebody in the family who's gonna be a fucking atheist? Like, anybody? Anyone? I'm like, we're Viking and fucking Hunnic and Visigoth. Like, what? I think if I went to a church, like, I would vomit because everything in my DNA is like, no, we don't do that here.
Or you'd burn it down.
Ooh.
The pillaging part?
Oh,
It sounds like there's a story there.
Two stories. Apparently, my Northern Irish family had to come to the U.S. because they were wanted for burning down churches.
Oh, wow.
The blood goes
Yeah.
to you.
Well, that's a good habit. Yeah, hey, and you're carrying on the tradition.
And I decided to go to St. Patrick's one day. And they have the old, it's not the click lights, it's the lights with the stick that you have to, like, light the stick and then light the candle. Though none of the candles would light. None of them would fucking light. Like, and I'm trying and I'm trying and I'm trying. So I thought I blew out this fucking stick, and you put it in the used stick area. Huge, massive flame from the already burnt fucking sticks is now next to the candles. I'm like,
crap.
I'm gonna burn down St. Patrick's Cathedral. Let me leave. Walking through the gift shop, I didn't realize they kept the nativity scenes on the floor. Put my fucking foot right through a baby Jesus. Right clear fucking through a baby Jesus.
Oh,
And they just, like, my friends looked at me and I was like, I'm not paying for this shit. We're getting the fuck out of here. Let's go. So, like, wow, you kicked the shit out of baby Jesus and then fucking left. Like, you didn't even fucking own it. You were like, nope, I'm gone. Bye. I was like, I almost lit the fucking church on fire. What the fuck do you want me to do? Like, we have to leave. And I'm like, if that's not a sign from the fucking universe. I tried to be a good Catholic.
Oh, I'm glad I was never a Catholic.
God said no. Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad I never grew up in any of that crap.
Julie just said in the chat that we Aussies need to put Cardinal Pell back in prison.
Well, yeah.
As the court case, I shall not comment.
The New York Archdiocese actually released the names of something that was like 300 priests that had either been tried or accused of child molestation, which I was disgusted with how many of them I knew. Disgusted. And now those that are in court, or those that have gone to prison, what happens now? Now, granted, this was in another country. However, what's stopping them from testing the waters and being released or getting off or even facing prosecution at this point?
I think this was a bit of a unique one. See, I want to be careful here because I don't want to in any way come across like I'm defending him, because I'm absolutely not. But I think some of the evidence was based on hearsay, and I think that's where the issue was. Whereas a lot of the other ones, it's like there's multiple cases, multiple examples that sort of throw it together. So I think that's where, I think this is a bit of a unique one that's probably just a bit more high profile because of his high profile.
Yeah.
But
he also had the advantage that one of the key witnesses died before the appeal came up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I don't think the issue is with the evidence. I think the issue is that the appeals court that turned it over decided to turn over what the jury had determined was beyond reasonable doubt. Like whether or not the evidence was fine, that's beyond our position to judge because we weren't in the trial. But a jury of Australians looked at that evidence, looked at the testimony, and said guilty beyond reasonable doubt, and that was overturned by a single judge.
And I have problems with that because that's an attack on our legal system as far as I'm concerned. I don't know if
without
Sam would
looking at
agree
the
with
bill
me.
itself and the
Either.
evidence itself, the mechanisms that was used to overturn it, at least in part, it disappoints me. So
Yeah,
I'm
same,
not-
same, Sam.
I don't know a lot about Australian law. I'll be the first to admit that I have no idea.
we're
how
like
it
the
is.
UK, Westminster.
Oh.
Yep. I love the look on your face there, Jen.
We are one of the
said
colonies,
that,
dear.
Americans should never, ever criticize anyone else's legal system.
I
Yeah.
lived in London. I lived
You're
in
gonna
London for
talk
a
to
while.
me about criticize. Oh,
Yeah, please, Amanda. Yes.
Go on, Amanda. Say your piece.
Please.
We're waiting
no,
for it.
It's
Tell-
politics, and I know you don't like politics on your show, but you said something this morning that kind of pissed me off a little bit, Chris. So I'm cool. I'm
I
good.
did. Yeah. Well, no. I thought I brought up.
Do
a
we
valid
need to
point.
get
And
the
I
tea
agree
real
with
quick?
you.
Who got
I
the
agree.
popcorn?
It's half and half, though. It's half has to do with what you said, and half has to do with what I said. Let's just meet together and agree to disagree. Okay.
Wait, you don't like politics on your show, but yet you have me on your show? Like, what? No.
Oh no, see, I don't mind politics, but the we have a unique situation here where I'm the token conservative in the atheist community.
You oversell your rightness versus our leftness.
You do actually, Chris. You are not that right.
See, and this is maybe
I'm
it's coming from a U.S. perspective. There's some shit I'm really conservative about. I'm extremely conservative about guns, ridiculously conservative about guns, and I
Really? Oh, that sounds like a good topic.
I'm flamed in the atheist community because of it, and I'm not like, no, just give everyone a gun and don't, deregulation. I'm not that conservative. But I'm like, if you don't want a gun, don't fucking have one. Let's put, the correct background checks in. Let's make sure, our bases are covered and we're not selling them to fucking psychopaths and criminals. I'm a gun
This is a
owner.
great example of the difference between the countries. I'm staunchly anti-guns.
Really?
Yep. Yeah. Right wing in Australia is very different. I mean,
It is. No, it is.
Guns were
Yeah.
banned under our conservatives.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
My state, the Conservative Party just passed abortion laws, like to legalise it, and we've got universal health care that will never ever be taken away from us.
Like,
Yeah.
and that's
Our
why,
right wing is
you
like
guys
socialism in
realize
America.
Everyone's like Bernie Sanders is so left. Bernie Sanders is a radical, and I'm like, no. To the rest of the world, Bernie Sanders is actually on the right.
Yeah.
He's
more-
maybe right of center.
Yeah, he's right of center than he even is left of center. Like, this is not fucking radical. Like, I'm probably considered a conservative by UK and Australian standards. I'm probably considered more conservative here. I'm a fucking radical leftist. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've been called a communist in the last couple.
That's all
Those words
very
mean
much.
nothing at the moment on Twitter. Communist, socialist, fascist, they mean nothing on Twitter right now.
No,
They're
no,
just
like
dog whistles.
No, I
Jin
decided
Zhu
to-
asked if our judges in Australia are elected or appointed.
Yeah.
They're appointed, but they're not appointed
Yeah.
for life.
Not for life.
And not by the not the same way as they are in the US. It's
Okay,
Yeah.
so like,
it's,
okay,
it's a non-political.
Appointment. Yeah.
gotcha. Okay, yeah, here it's the president makes a recommendation. I think it's the House that questions them. It's early. The House questions them, and then if they pass the questioning, then they're good to go. I don't know how the fuck Kavanaugh made it there. I
Because it's all political for you guys, whereas it's less political for us.
But
You don't actually-
Here's the problem though. And what happens is, depending on what side people are on, is whether they sort of go, well, hang on, this person's horrible or this person's okay. And a great example is, have a look at the amount of Biden apologists out there at the moment, who wouldn't have been Kavanaugh apologists.
I'm
Just
actually
further
going to
away.
do an episode that's going to be the episode of the Atheist Wind Down that I release Monday. Is going to be the price of voting. Is actually going to be the title of it. And I've been pretty vocal about it on social media. This is a really shit time in the U.S., especially for women, especially for minorities and sexual assault survivors. Like, and I had posted this. I'm sure some of you have seen it, but I was like, do you understand how fucking hard it is for a sexual assault survivor right now to vote? Like, especially a what would be considered liberal one. You know, on one hand, I'm like, hey, I'm in a bunch of marginalized groups and I would really like my freedoms to stay. On the other hand, I don't want to vote for somebody that could possibly be a rapist.
Yeah, and that's
what do I do?
Two-party system.
That's
Yeah. You guys need preferential voting.
Thank you. Oh, but no, and like
that's not enough to solve it, but it would help.
No, it'd certainly fucking help.
Yeah.
I know Chris doesn't like preferential voting. It seems to be a conservative thing that they don't like preferential voting.
No. What? No. Why would you say that?
I thought you'd said in previous ones that you didn't like our preferential system.
It's conservatives, it's U.S. conservatives that don't like it because they know if we go to a preferential party system, a preferential voting system, they're going to be out of fucking office.
No, I think what it might have been, I think I said I would have been a better chance of getting elected if there was no preferential voting system.
Okay, so I misunderstood. That's okay, Chris. But you actually like our preference.
But it's, you know...
Oh, yeah, big time.
We've been arguing for a preferential voting, a popular voting system for as long as I've been alive. And I always grew up...
Sorry, Jen.
No,
keep going.
I always grew up hearing... Well, you know, the popular vote does mirror the electoral college and, you know, the way that things are broken down. And I'm like, all right, fucking anyone that took a basics fucking political science class knows this is bullshit. And then we had last year's presidential election where Hillary Clinton did take the popular vote. However, Donald Trump took the votes in the right areas and was granted the electoral college.
Having preferential voting doesn't necessarily fix that. We've had several governments on both sides that have been elected when they didn't win the majority vote.
Really?
Yeah, it does happen. But the difference is the degree to it. In most of those elections, they were really, really, really close on the popular vote, and it was only by a couple of seats that the other party won. So. And in general, when that is shown to be the case, Australia has gone to adjust boundaries to try and make things more representative. So, on the whole, it doesn't happen too often, but it definitely still happens because there's still a balancing system within our electoral system. It's not one vote, one value, but it is preferential. So there is certainly weightedness to rural areas.
We call it gerrymandering.
Change. One thing to remember with the electoral college is, so what you'll find is in the states that are pretty much guaranteed, Texas, California, New York, you actually have a lower voter turnout, lower percentage of turnout, and it's in the tighter states that you have the higher percentage because there's more on the line. I mean, if you're
but the electoral college isn't set on voter turnout. The electoral college is set on population, and I understand the basis of why they originated it. You know, especially when we lived in a time where port cities were, they had to be major cities. They had to have the majority of the population because this was the only form of trade and transportation that we had. So it is set to make sure that these areas don't topple our voting system, which happens in New York. The majority land-wise of New York State is actually very conservative and very Republican. But because there's so many people in New York City, New York always goes blue. There's a population, right? However, we're now seeing that these very rural Republican states are widely tipping the scales to where places like, I think it's Wyoming or North Dakota or some shit, have like double the amount of fucking delegates and shit and double the amount of fucking reps that California does. And we're like, how the fuck does this mirror population? What the fuck are you talking about? This is fucking ridiculous now. And they do it very quietly. They start like changing district outlines. And we're noticing that minority communities are getting these extremely small districts now. And it's almost gerrymandering. We call it gerrymandering. And this is why I'm like, fuck it, let's just burn it to the ground. Let's fucking wipe all of it, because clearly this is very easily fucking corrupted. Fuck it, I'm done.
Yeah, but while the two-party system, while it suits both of those parties, there's no way they'll change it. Why would they?
I never understood why we needed... Okay, so I understand why we need the label. I do understand why we need the label. And coming from politics, that was my background. I understand why you need to figure out where your voter base aligns. I get that. But the importance on it has to be a two-party system. Why? Why? Like, I have always been okay. So let's give people a name that believe in certain things. Liberals, conservatives. Well, and then you can figure out where your base is. However, let's just drop party systems. Let's just run on the individual person. This person is running for whatever office. No party affiliation, no party system. And if you want, I'm kind of for corporations being able to fund things, not at the levels that they do. I believe that if an individual candidate wants to take an individual donation from an individual company, that's fine. But these massive super PACs and these massive companies pouring into actual party systems is fucked. It's fucked.
Oh, big time. It's a broken system.
Yeah, it's a fuck system. I'm like, let's just get rid of it. Let's just not have labels on candidates anymore.
You have a problem in that it would almost take a revolution to change your political system.
Now, I'm not advocating violence. However, I can think of two very distinct moments in American history where violence has solved a government problem.
Two. Yeah.
Two. Both of which times gave people their freedoms. So...
See, my problem is if you had a civil war now in the US over anything at all, the death toll would be worse than fucking anything. Because there are so many guns there, there are so many high-powered weapons there.
But when you look at our previous civil war, this was very structured. This was very structured. It was, people signed up for their state, and it was more of a state, this was your state's regimen, and things were handled by each state. It's not like that anymore. The Army, the Navy, the Department of Defense is now one whole government issue. Yes, the National Guard is activated by the states, whatever, blah, 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 blah. This would not be a citizen civil war. This would be the citizens against the military, is what it would turn into.
Yeah, you'd still have the parochialness of different states, though, and you would end up with a civil war where you'd have militia from different states fighting each other, and they would be fighting with and they would have semi-military type weapons, semi-automatic weapons. They would have grenades. They would have half of the crap that the military has without the high-end stuff, and you would have a massive, massive number of dead people.
Absolutely.
That it would not be a good thing. The last thing you want in the US is civil war.
It's a civil war.
So speaking of some of that stuff, I actually want to throw down to Jay, because I think Jay's got a video that's coming up this week that's actually very relevant to what we're talking about.
Yeah. Thanks, Matt Big. I will sort my audio out.
I'm hoping. I got to do some more research on it, but I'm hoping to get it out this weekend. I don't know if it'll be this weekend or sometime next week. But it's in the title is going to be "Your Second Amendment does not trump someone's right to life."
I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. Like I said, I am a Second Amendment supporter. However, I think it's far too easy to obtain weapons in the U.S. I can literally drive 5 minutes, take my state ID, take my driver's license, walk in, put it down, say this is what I want to buy. I fill out a piece of paper. They make a 10-minute phone call. I walk out with a gun.
Yep, I worked.
What?
Here in Michigan, I worked at Walmart for 11 years, and 5 of that I was in sporting goods, and that's every day.
Yeah, like it's different in different states.
Yeah, it's a 5-10 minute phone call to the FBI, and you can walk out with a rifle and shotgun.
You can handgun, anything. Also, my concealed carry permit is valid across different states. I don't have to go state to state. Mine is valid across like 20 or so different states, I want to say. So I can cross borders with a concealed weapon and be totally legal in different states.
See, I really don't like that. I honestly think
what it took for me to get the concealed permit was a Tennessee class. It was a Tennessee state class, yet I have reciprocity across other states.
That's insane.
It's wild shit.
I don't get the gun laws over there. I really don't.
No, I'm like, wait, no, this is too easy. And so I grew up in an area in New York is famous for their strict gun laws, and they always have been. I also grew up in an area where it was very easy to obtain an illegal firearm on the street. That's not because of our strict gun laws. People were going to obtain these weapons whether it was legal or not. It was the fact that we had such lax laws in states within driving distance, such as Pennsylvania, such as Virginia. We had such lax laws in the states within driving distance, especially up north. They were easily able to come into the city, and it was very easy for us to get our hands on them. The problem isn't these gun laws are too strict. It's the problem that the gun laws are too lax. We need better background checks. They're too readily available. We need better background checks. We need better mental health checks. And I know this is a HIPAA issue. I know, and I get a lot of shit for this. I would not be opposed to having some way to notify that this person might be schizophrenic, or this person has been treated for this mental illness or this psychosis that would bar them from having a gun.
Shouldn't that just be a standard thing, though? I mean, if someone's not mentally well, wouldn't that
wait, Julie, I'm in Tennessee. Tennessee doesn't have to have a concealed carry permit anymore. I wasn't aware of that. I have my concealed carry from Tennessee.
That's something that I'm not used to. I mean, I cannot think of one time when I lived in Connecticut that I ever saw anybody with a gun, ever. And I grew up in Connecticut, and I also raised my kids there for almost 10 years. Not, I mean, maybe near New York, closer to New York City, but not. I am from.
First time I laid my hands on a handgun, I was 5.
Oh, wow, that's ridiculous. I'm sorry, Jen.
I come here and I see people with one strapped to their waist and one strapped to their ankle in the fucking grocery store. Why?
But Jen, you have to understand how I grew up. Like,
yeah.
I knew what a crackhead was at the age of 4. I knew what gang violence was at the age of 5. I knew what drive-bys were at the age of 5. So seeing a handgun or a firearm at the age of 5 was very common where I grew up. And this, you know, New York has gotten... It's a completely different world than when I grew up, but this was the 1980s. This was the crack epidemic. I lived in government housing. I lived in the projects. So this wasn't... I didn't realize how off it was until I was a child. I was like, wait, you guys didn't grow up like this? Like, I thought everyone grew up like this in the 80s. I thought crack was just like everywhere and it fucked everyone. Like,
nope.
Like,
So to throw across, I guess, for I guess another Australian perspective, Sam's from a state that's probably more gun friendly than any other. I guess how would you? Because I guess where I am in New South Wales, we're like there's not really any need for it where I am. But Sam's kind of from I guess the sticks, that funny state.
And I'm the same as Chris. In WA, we have as tougher laws as they do.
What's your take, Sam?
When I grew up. It was common for people in the... So I have actually lived on a cattle station as well for about a year, and lived in remote enough places where people would go out roost shooting or hunting for wild pigs. So that was a rifle job. That's fine. When I was still going to church, one of the Christian families there was really into their guns, and they took us out shooting at a farm range, just clay targets and metal targets and stuff. And that's the sum total of my gun experience. Here in Queensland, so it's not a big thing, it's not a common thing. It's, you know, I was still the most confronted I've been by guns in public is when I was in Croatia crossing the border, and there was going through the train with automatic weapons checking.
Yeah, that's a lawless country out there. That's lawless fucking territory.
Yeah, this was in 2008, 2009 as well.
So not there was still resettling after Yugoslav wars out there, right?
So, like, to contrast with what Amanda's talking about being in the grocery store, that is completely foreign and alien to me. Like, that would be unsettling in my experience.
We get that.
It's not just that. It's not just guns. It's the culture in general. I saw this one family come in. They were all dressed the same in fucking camo, which was gross. And the mother, because there was there were 3 kids. One was really little, a mother, a father, and a grandmother, I think. And the mother had this ruler in the back in her back pocket. I was like, it's really weird. And I saw her take it out and fucking whack the little kid's hand, like really hard, out in public.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've never seen anything so fucking crazy here.
What I will say
that with Angel. Next time he mucks up, whack.
He has
But
told me so many times that I should have beat him growing up. So.
You should beat me. I'm waiting
Oh,
for my
that
kid
sounds
to be
dreadful,
like,
Amanda.
I am so waiting for my kid to be like, you should have slapped me a couple of times when I was a kid.
He
right?
does.
Like,
He's like, why? I have no discipline. Why the fuck didn't you
what,
beat me growing up?
right? What the fuck, right? Why didn't you beat my ass?
Oh God.
What I have noticed though is like how Sam was describing how he grew up, like out in the sticks, people used it for hunting. Those are actually the people that I see that are the most responsible with their guns. They
They've got the most respect for it.
You would think I'd be the crazy city bitch like the Wild West. My kid doesn't know what my guns look like. He's 8. He still has no idea what my guns look like. When we do sit down and have the conversation, this is a tool. This is a tool. This is something that can be used to protect us. This is something that we use as a hobby. This is a tool. It's a very dangerous tool. And this is why you don't touch the dangerous tool. This is why the bullets aren't with the gun. This is why the gun is pointed to the back of the house, because never assume that a fucking weapon is unloaded.
Like Tiger King. Has anybody seen Tiger King?
Oh my God! Can we talk about Tiger King, please? Can we fucking talk about
everyone
what the fuck, Florida? I mean,
it is Florida.
It's Florida and Oklahoma, but holy shit, this is like.
This in relation to what you were saying, though, the crazy guy, the Tiger King, was married to this guy who was fucking around with a gun, and he was playing with it and like pointing it around at people, and they're like, "Don't point it at me." He's like, "Well, it's not loaded. See?" Shot himself in the head. One in the clip, or one in the fucking whatever.
One in the chamber.
Thank you, chamber.
Brains out.
Yeah, right in front of him.
And especially living where I live in Tennessee, I'm just an hour outside of Nashville, and here it's not the typical Tennessee. This is where people grew up. It's a military town. It's a college town. So finding a quote unquote local is tough. And you get these fucking people who are like, holy shit, I've never been able to own a gun in my life, and I was never properly taught how to deal with firearms, so I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of them, and they don't know proper safety techniques. And this is when you get 2-year-olds that get their hands on a fucking handgun and kill a kid or kill themselves. And they're like, well, I thought it was empty. Rule number 1, never assume a fucking firearm is empty fucking ever.
See, this is the thing. For us, you have to store the gun separately from the ammo, and you cannot store ammo inside the weapon.
And that, I don't know if we have laws against that, but that's basic gun safety. That's how I store mine. That's how I store mine.
But we actually have laws for that. So.
My barrel is never facing the inside of the house where it is. Just in case, just in fucking case. At least it'll fucking blow the fucking brick out of the back of the house and not somewhere within the house. I am as crazy about gun safety as I am about car seat safety.
I have a question for you, Amanda. Has Angel ever said to you, can't you be more like a mum instead of a friend?
No, I'm very mom most of the time. Trust me.
I have had that from my daughter a couple of times.
I mean, we have a very close relationship. We've been like pretty much best friends for a while, but I'm still the bitch that won't let him leave the house. Although it changed now because the doctor said it's okay. His lung disease is so minimal, the scarring is so minimal, so he's not susceptible, and that's why he was able to get a job. But I'm still.
He got the job.
Yes, he did. He got the job, and he went through training yesterday for it.
Well done. Well done to Angel.
Yes.
Because he was up. The story is he was up till 5 a.m. yesterday morning, rearranging his room for some fucking reason. I don't know why.
No, I get that. I fucking get that. I get it. No,
but he's never done anything like this before. He doesn't even clean his room, and it is spotless now and rearranged completely. And then we found out a little after.
It's gonna be a go.
No, his girlfriend is in Pennsylvania. So
there's another go.
Hang on, Angel's got a girlfriend.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you right now, that's why he was moving furniture at 5 a.m. He probably just got off a video call with her, and now he's like all hyped up and fucking, oh my god, butterfly excited.
Always on the phone with her.
Yeah, he probably got off a video call with her, and he was all coming off the love rush, and now he needed something.
We better stop calling him Twink now as well.
You know what like bugs me about his girlfriend, and I know this is gonna sound really picky, but all the pictures she sends him have those fucking filters with like the butterflies or the crowns and shit.
I don't even know how to do
Well,
that.
hang on, they're the
That's
pictures
the
that she
pictures
said
you know
he's
of.
showing you. Yeah.
No.
There's potentially other ones.
So for some reason, when we got our phones, they're connected, and like every picture that's on his phone is on my phone. Yeah. So.
Oh, so
and
you
I
know
have
all the
given
porn
him-
he's been getting.
Well, yeah, that too. No, but I have given him the underage nudity talk. He knows it well, so he would not know.
Yeah,
he
like
would
there's
not let
nothing
her
wrong
do
with it, but know that you can go to jail for this shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've actually
And that's the kind of stuff you don't want
spoken
in your
to all of his friends about this. They all know. But yeah, so at like 3 hours later, at a little after 8, we got the call that they needed somebody. So I had to wake him up like 3 hours after he went to bed. So he went, got the job, and then spent 4 hours training. And he was fucking miserable when he came home.
I love
He
it.
was just a cranky fucking shit, wasn't he? He was just a cranky little
usually is.
motherfucker. Okay.
Everybody here will tell you he usually is, so it was so much worse yesterday.
Most of our photos we see of him are like these ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Most of the
I
photos
don't
of him
think I've
are
ever seen him not doing that.
right?
It'll be on his staff ID.
Anyway, we've been starting to
That's why
think that
he's
he's got a
complete.
horrible deformity that holds his hand in that position.
That's called New Yorkitis, is what it's
Ah.
called. That's called the New Yorkitis.
Now,
But yeah,
what
he
I'm
did
going
get the
to
job.
have to do is we're approaching we're actually approaching the hour and a half mark already.
We
So
are.
time is flying. Time is flying. So we may have to wrap it up fairly shortly. So what I might do is get everyone to quickly do a shill on what they've got coming up and what's going on and shill away. So, Sam, what have you got coming up apart from Final Fantasy VII? Or is it
I'm done then in that case. That's all I've got. No, so I haven't made YouTube videos for 2 weeks. Oops. But I have been focusing on Twitch. Mostly because Final Fantasy VII came out now. Forgive me, but it's a once in a lifetime game for me because I played this game when I was a kid, and now I can play it as an adult, and I get to stay home all day for the next 4 days. So it's going to be amazing.
So the world has worked out perfectly for you, huh?
The timing.
Sam started the
to
virus just
give
for
me this. Well, if there's ever a silver lining, it is this. So that's been really good. One of the really good benefits, though, is that I did get affiliate status on Twitch. So what that means is I'm actually monetized on my Twitch channel.
Go watch Sam.
Yay!
If I can show something specific for that, if you've got Amazon Prime and you've never been on Twitch or never logged on, you have a subscription you can gift to someone on Twitch that will give me $1.50 thereabouts. If you've got Twitch Prime and you feel like supporting my channel, including my YouTube channel, because it's all one thing as far as I'm concerned, you can find me on my Twitch, which is Vagrant Sam on Twitch TV. Dave has probably already posted a link in the chat, and if not,
I don't know. Dave's probably not there because Dave's probably getting ready for his stream. So
I'm gonna do this shit myself. Hang on, I'll just scroll back up. I know he posted.
Yeah, I don't have your Twitch thing. I just have your YouTube channel.
Oh man, it has been in the
I
chat
have to
a few
add-
times.
I've watched him on Twitch.
Yeah,
Fucking
Amanda's been
asshole,
there
so.
for a little bit.
At like 4 in the morning.
Oh, it's all gone.
I have to add him on Twitch, so that's
Yeah.
See, I've been avoiding it because I don't want spoilers.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Like I understand Final
That's
Fantasy
fair,
VII
yeah.
is definitely a big game that people.
ah,
want to
there
play,
he goes. Dave put it up for you. Isn't he nice? Considering he's busy.
I was gonna
He's
get
gonna be late. He doesn't. He's just like, I'll do it after you guys finish Six Pack, whenever that is. And he always goes on late anyway. He's fine. We love you, Dave.
That's all
Yeah,
right.
we love
I'll
Dave.
make
He is
sure you know.
amazing.
Anyway, so in the next day or two, I should be finished with Final Fantasy in the storyline anyway, and then I'll be back to getting some YouTube stuff out. Maybe I've been sitting on a video I haven't posted because I was sort of 80% happy with it, but maybe I should just post it just to keep the channel going. There's a PragerU response, so I was very lazy and I just did a XSplit live take and recorded that, which is different from my normal style, but I probably should post it anyway.
That's
So, but
literally
you can
my
still
whole
see.
channel. That's literally my whole channel.
This is my challenge I've had, is that I've done a few different formats in terms of recording videos. I've done live vlogging out, walking around, which is now not really applicable since we're all locked at home.
Yeah.
I've done long format video essays on BoJack Horseman, which went really well, so I need to do more of those. But I'm looking at
But
trying
you
to
did
mine.
BoJack Horseman with me. That was fun.
Yeah, and then the live chat with you, which was really fun. I do have a lot of travel videos from the last couple of years, and I want to make a video with those, and it's just really difficult because there's so much stuff to pull from that it's hard to sort of be focused. So,
Pick what you want.
Yeah.
So yeah, follow me on YouTube for that. I swear to God, I'll be back on YouTube on my own channel doing some stuff within the next week. So
Promises.
Yeah.
Jen, what do you?
Oh,
Aussie Jen, what have you got coming up?
Wait,
What have I got
which
coming
Jen?
up?
Okay, that Jen.
Aussie.
Okay. Aussie Jen. Like,
Yeah,
fuck,
yeah.
wait.
Okay, what have I got coming up? I've got a video that was going to come out today, but I got sidetracked with family stuff today, so it didn't happen. It will be coming out tomorrow. It's about this woman who thinks that this particularly it's not necessarily going to kill you, but if you kind of take it in the quantity she'd want you to, it might do you a lot of internal damage. And I'm going to be debunking her. No, not jelly juice.
Oh, is it
a
jelly
different
juice?
one.
No.
No, it's not. I think I've actually linked the video to Amanda a few weeks ago, so she knows what I'm talking about. So, yeah. On top of that, next Monday for Monday night for the US viewers, I've got Shannon Q, Raven, and hopefully Donna. But Donna's a bit iffy at the moment because being a nurse, she is she's basically on call all the time because of COVID, so she may not make the stream. But we're doing a stream on depression, social anxiety, and coping with COVID.
Is
So-
that this Monday or next Monday?
That's this Monday.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's on. I'll let Amanda talk about the thing that's going on her channel that we're doing together. But whilst we're here, Jen, Amanda and I do a little show called Critical Bitches, and we'd love to have you as a guest.
You already know. Just tell me when and where it is. Fucking know. Come on.
I know, but I wanted to do it publicly because I'm like that.
I just
shame you into accepting.
Yeah, you can't say
That's
no when you're
right.
You guys all know me. When do I have shame?
Yeah.
Honestly.
That's why you fit in so well.
I know.
That's what she said. Sorry.
Amanda, what do you got coming up?
You beat me to it, Sam.
Stuff. I already told you, but I have a new climate change video. I've been working on it. It's been a couple weeks since I made one, but
Did you actually consult the climate scientist?
fuck off, Shay.
Hey, I have been nice all stream.
Yes, you
You
have.
know what?
But I'm-
You have
Credit
it.
where it's due,
That's
Jay.
only because you've been
very
quiet, Jay.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, it still counts.
Yeah.
It still counts. Resisting temptation still counts.
That was my one per list.
One per list.
It the problem with this one, I wrote it out really fucking dense to begin with, and I usually I write it like I would normally write a paper, and then I cut it down, the language, but it was too dense even then. Lissy actually helped me with some of it. I getting the language better, but it should be finished sometime today. So
Yeah, if you need something if you need to really simple something down, just talk to us Australians.
Yeah, because we're simple.
We do
that's not what
basically.
I meant. Fuck you. No, but seriously though, I have to thank Chris and Lissy because they've helped me just get. We've helped each other just get through the past few weeks. This has been fucking tough. All of it being stuck here, especially with a teenager who's a total dick and hates being here. So I'm not kidding.
No, it's okay. My 8-year-old's a total dick. I completely feel you.
See?
My 8-year-old's a
I'm the only
fucking
one.
raging asshole. I understand. Believe
But
me.
you've got more than that happening, Amanda, because you're on with Aaron.
Yeah, but I already
Yes.
said that before.
Did you? And you've got your stream about Ray Comfort.
Yeah, we're doing a
Ooh.
stream we did Kent Tobin last time, we did that on Jen's. This time we're doing Ray Comfort on mine. So some of us are going to be, we haven't figured out totally who's going to be on yet, but
Or exactly which day it will be on, but it'll be within the next week. So
that's it.
Jay, what do you got coming up? What's happening on the Nevermore Tavern this week?
Well, I talked about the video. I'm going to try to hope. I'm hoping to get out this weekend. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I'm researching because I want to make sure I get it right. and get my points across correctly. But I'm also have started research for my Ed Kemper serial killer video. That one I've got started. And then let's see, this weekend I've got Junk Shop Library at Saturday at 7, followed by the Great Monty Python debate at 9.
Finally, God.
Hang on, is that on this weekend?
That is that's tomorrow.
Okay, yep, I can do that.
Tomorrow
That's-
for us.
I'm like,
So, hang on, hang on.
Damn it, Chris!
hang on.
Damn it, Chris!
Sunday or Saturday?
Sunday for you,
Is it
Chris.
Sunday night?
Sunday for
Okay.
you, I guess Saturday for us. Okay.
Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. So
Okay,
Sunday
so, yeah, got it. Okay, Sunday for you. Saturday.
11 for you, Chris. 11 a.m.
Okay, I can do 11. I've got someone coming over for Easter lunch. I can do 11. Okay, we're good.
You
we're
and
good.
you and Ring told me you were good for this weekend. So I already put
Get
you
it.
back 1 week.
No, we're good. We're good. Yep. That's all right. I'm unprepared, and I'm still going to hand Ring. Yeah, it's I'll loan him. Don't worry.
You're going to
He's
hand
forward.
Ring his ring, aren't you?
I'm going to hand him his ring. Yeah. No one fucks with Monty Python.
And then I do got a couple notable things I want to pop out. May 9th, I've got Ross Burns at 7 for an interview. An actual Christian apologist. So that'll be interesting to talk to him. I got Dijo Hammurabi, both Dr. Josh and Megan on the 16th. And then I've got Knock and Aliyah Kai from the Raging Atheist on the 23rd. So
That's awesome, Jay.
You've gotten such a good lineup these days.
I am.
And you've got
I
Jen
have
here,
to.
so why don't you ask her while she's here?
Yeah, right. I was gonna say
Well, I haven't
there's
started
something I actually
booking
have
for-
to
for-
show. So
I haven't started booking for June yet, so.
The pains of popularity. Jen, what's going on with you? Where do we?
Okay,
where
so,
can everyone
let's-
find Jen?
okay, one, my channel is the Atheist Wind Down, which is that pillow back there. Then we do Godless Bitches 3.0. Saturday, we are doing an ACA game night with ACA host and reps from American Atheist.
That sounds like
Because-
so much fun.
Because AA Con wound up getting canceled, we were like, hey, let's grab a few reps. Let's just kind of sit and hang out. From what I know, we're going to be doing 2 hours, 6 hosts for 1 hour, 6 hosts for another. I believe I'm up in the first hour with Matt Dillahunty, Jenna Belk, Jim Barrows, and I'm forgetting somebody, and I'm really sorry. And whatever AA rep, I'm so fucking sorry for who I forgot. My new episode will be out Monday, which will be the price of voting. There is a new Godless Bitches episode out on Sunday after the Atheist Experience, and then after that episode at 8 p.m. Central Time, I will be doing a Q&A interview on the International Free Thinkers Discord as well.
Oh, that
You're
sounds
almost
good
as busy
too.
as Amanda.
And yeah, and
Oh, no one's as busy as Amanda.
I have to be. I'm
knows
like
you.
losing my mind. I need the adult interaction with my kid being home all the time, so I'm like, book me on everything. I need to talk to people who
Hey,
are
hang on.
taller
You
than me.
need adult interaction, and you can't.
I do. I'm like, I need to talk to people that are taller than me. Please, somebody. And I'm 4'10". It's not hard, really. I mean,
That's a low bar, get it?
it's a really low bar. Just like I need.
I had a
need to
teacher
talk
in
about
high
something
school
with
who was shorter than you, Jen.
My cousin's shorter than me.
Yeah, I had a teacher in high school. She was 4'6", I think, and I was with a whole heap of my friends, and I've got a mouth like yours, so I was swearing, and she comes up and she goes, "Do you know what we do to people who swear like that?" And
We
I go,
bite their ankles.
no. I said no, and she goes, "I take them into the loos and I wash their mouth out with soap." And I just turned to her and said, "I'd like to see you fucking try." And she just turned around and walked away.
Oh, that's something Angel says to me all the time. So, I'd like to
Yeah,
see
you
you
need to
try.
beat him more. You need to. So I'll wrap it up. So a couple of things that we've got coming up. So everyone knows, obviously, we've got Friday Night Six Pack because you're all here for it. And unless you've come for the first time, if you've come for the first time, hit the subscribe button. We do this every Friday night. Normally, I get a bit more drunk. I've actually been pretty mellow tonight.
Yeah, you.
You have? What the fuck's wrong with you,
Yeah.
Chris?
I don't know. I'm probably cabin fever.
The bottlers were closed today, so you couldn't stock up.
Yeah.
Well, that's true too.
Well, you're not in your usual place either.
No, I'm setting up the new studio. I've got my own little space where we're getting it all set up, and hopefully next time I'm on, we'll have some more things in the background and all that kind of jazz. But
Fun
I need my escape area from where the kids can't get to me easy. and I can lock doors. It's
You
great.
have
So,
what's your secret? I need that secret because I don't know how to do this.
Um,
You guys don't
we-
see the Peppa Pig beanbag chair behind me? My own fucking bedroom isn't safe. Okay.
I did notice, but I didn't want to say anything. So, it's,
Yeah, we don't judge.
yeah, no, it's Peppa
I
Pig.
get spoiled
is
as shit.
kind
Judge
of-
the fuck out of me. Fuck it.
I've got a 9-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 3-year-old, so I get it. I'm with you.
Yeah, Lissy already posted that, Chris. She said she understands that because you guys have 3 under 9.
Yeah,
Solid.
and well, she's got 309 plus me, so even
Oh,
with
you're
Lissy,
definitely under 9.
She'll survive.
The kids
Like
are
I said,
manageable, Chris. Shit.
I know.
You.
I keep telling you, life would be boring without me. Very, very boring.
At least she's got Amanda's help now.
Well, that's true. Yeah, between the two of them,
Like,
seriously.
sometimes I probably talk to her more than she talks to you. So
I think you do. That's fine. That suits me. I'm good with that. I can lock the door. Everyone leaves me alone. It's great. So we've also got midweek 6-pack, which is on a Tuesday night or Tuesday morning, depending on where you are. Potentially there might be another one coming up because I've got more free time than I know what to do with at the moment. But what I do have coming up is I've got community conversations coming up. I've actually got Shannon Q on the 23rd, I think, my time. So 22nd for those in the US.
Yeah.
And I can officially announce we have a date for the Roast of Ken Ham. So the 1st of May, we have the Roast of Ken Ham. So originally that was something that was going to come out a few months back, but then things happened. And, I wasn't very organised. But May the 1st, we are roasting Ken Ham. So the plan is it'll be on a Friday night 6-pack, but what we're going to do is we're inviting individual content creators to put something together. It could be a couple of minute tribute to the great man. We've got, I know Art has been working on a song with a number of us, so there will be an actual song coming out to help celebrate the roast. And I'm talking to a few content creators around the world. Jen, if you are free, you need to do something for this.
I wanted to put out there, if any of you are going after Jordan Peterson, please call me.
Oh, we will definitely be doing that at some point, Jen. The things like the streams like we've done with Kent Hovind and we're going to do with Ray Comfort, we are going to do a whole heap of different people and at various times on different channels. So you may get an invite to be on one of those. Any of those
is my pet project.
Oh, it's an open invite. You can come onto any of them.
Yeah.
But let's be honest. So the roast of Ken Ham, it's going to be a big stream, 1st of May. It'll be a Friday night, Friday morning. It's probably going to go longer than the usual 6-pack because I'm expecting to have a lot of people come on. And it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. And I figure, since we're the Aussies, we should probably torment him.
And we're also planning on doing one of the debunkings on Ken Ham in the same week, like we've done with done with Kent Hovind and are going to do with Ray Comfort and them. So it'll be like almost a 2-tier thing, won't it, Chris?
It'll be Ken Ham week.
It'll be Ken Ham week. Yes.
Speaking of Ken Ham and Ray Comfort and the group, I actually will be speaking at the ARC protest this year as well.
Oh, nice.
So, come one, come all, and let's.
Hey, I'm not that far from it, so
Come.
Angel will come.
With me.
I would go.
Did you say this year? Are you sure it's going to happen this year?
If it happens this year. If it happens this year, I should be.
If it doesn't, because it can't, he'll be there saying, "See, the atheists aren't coming anymore. We've won."
Just do it on Zoom.
Well,
he doesn't understand it. Atheists come all the time. We are way more sexual than Christians.
Well, yeah, because we gave up the fucking bullshit surrounding it.
Exactly.
Well, look, everyone. So there's a few people who've been in the chat since the start. So thank you very much to everyone who has joined us. It's always fun. It's always even when I'm not drinking that much and I'm very quiet. But that's all right. I'll be back to normal next week. Look, thanks so much for coming on, Jen. It's been awesome having you on.
Of course. I don't get up this early for just anyone. Okay, motherfucker. Shit.
I don't know. Yeah, you know what? My hat is off to you. Like seriously, it's
we love you.
Do you see that bed right back there? I'm turning this off. I'm
crawling back in.
My kid's not going to be up till like 10, 11 o'clock anyway, so I'm like,
oh damn. That's
go to sleep. Go to sleep, hon.
Trained him well.
Go for it. So look, everyone, thanks for coming, everyone.
Thanks for coming. Thank
the
you.
regular.
Thank you for having
regular
me. This is awesome.
Anytime. We'll definitely be getting you back.
Of course.
And make sure if you haven't subscribed to everyone, subscribe to everyone. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe, hit the like button, do all that kind of stuff. I've also got a Patreon if you want to help me out. Yeah, they're coming really handy with everything going on at the moment. If you can help on Patreon, that'd be great. If you can't, that's cool. Come along anyway. It's all fun. All right, thank you very much, everyone. And on that note, we'll
Thanks,
end the show.
Thank you.
See you all later.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
I need Jay. I need.